You know, the internet is where modern myths are born, and today we're diving into one of the creepiest, the Serbian Dancing Lady. This whole thing started with just one grainy video, and then, well, it spiraled into this massive viral thing that has everyone wondering if it's a terrifying trend or a real-world threat. So let me just ask you this. Have you seen this clip? Because if you spend any time at all on TikTok or Reels, I'm willing to bet you have. It just pops up on your feed. It's grainy, it's super dark, and it's just really unsettling. But what is it you're actually seeing? So the video starts, and you see this lone figure, just one person in the middle of an empty street doing this really strange, jerky dance. There's something so bizarre and out of place about it that you can't really look away.
And the quality is awful, right? The low resolution, the total darkness. But that's not a bug. It's a feature. It's actually a key part of what makes the whole vibe so deeply unsettling. It feels like you're watching something you are absolutely not supposed to see.
And then comes the moment. The moment it goes from just being weird to being genuinely terrifying. The dance just stops. The figure seems to notice the camera. And all of a sudden, what was just a strange video feels like a direct, personal threat.
Okay, so what is it about these clips that's so disturbing, and how did they become this global viral thing? It's not just the dance, you see. It's a very specific, menacing sequence of events that plays out every single time. Every single one of these clips follows the exact same terrifying pattern. It starts with that bizarre dance, which kind of pulls you in with this morbid curiosity, but it always ends with her pulling out a weapon and then this violent chase. And the fact that her face is always hidden, that just dials up our primal fear of the unknown to 11.
But you gotta ask, where did this all even start? How does one spooky video turn into a worldwide urban legend? To really get that, we have to go all the way back to the beginning.
The way this whole thing grew is pretty wild. It all kicks off with this single, local incident in Serbia, way back in 2019, apparently filmed right outside a hospital. It kind of went quiet for a bit, and then boom, it just exploded all over social media. The legend got so big that by 2023, it went from internet folklore to an actual police matter. And this is the point where the story really leaps off the screen and into the real world. It stopped being just a ghost story people told online and became something that real authorities felt they had to address. A genuine public safety concern. I mean, just stop and think about the gravity of that for a second. This isn't some fan theory or a creepy comment on a forum. This is an official statement from the Serbian police. Their actual advice to the public was, do not approach this person. That official warning just added this chilling layer of reality to something a lot of people had just brushed off as a hoax. It made everyone wonder, what are we really watching here? Which, of course, brings us to the central question on everyone's mind. Who or what is the Serbian Dancing Lady? The complete lack of answers has created this perfect storm for all kinds of theories, from the totally logical to the purely supernatural. So when you look at all the theories, they basically fall into two camps. On one hand, you have the rational explanation. This is a person. Maybe someone who is seriously mentally unwell, especially since that first sighting was near a hospital. Or maybe it's all just a series of elaborate, kind of cruel pranks. But the other side, they argue we're looking at something that isn't of this world at all. For the people who believe this is a real haunting, the so-called evidence is pretty compelling. Her face is always hidden. Some people point to what they say looks like reddish stains on her clothes, guessing that it's blood. And then there's the most chilling part, a really modern twist on an old fear, the idea that the video itself is cursed. And this is where the legend gets really 21st century. It's not just about a strange person on a dark street anymore. The story itself has taken on a life of its own online, becoming what you could call haunted media. It taps into that very modern fear that simply by watching something, you can become tangled up in it. Go look at the comments on any of these clips. I'm serious. You will see this exact phrase over and over and over again, usually with a little cross emoji. And it's not a joke. It's like a digital wart, a prayer posted by people who are genuinely terrified that by watching, they've exposed themselves to some kind of curse, and now they have to apologize to whatever it is they just saw. So you see how this works, right? It's created this viral loop, like a modern-day digital chain letter. The simple act of watching makes you a part of it. You see the video, you read all the warnings in the comments, and then, out of this little flicker of actual fear, you participate. You help spread the legend by posting that protective comment yourself. Okay, so after all the viral clips, all the wild theories, and even official police warnings, Where does that leave us? What do we actually know for sure? And honestly, this might be the most unsettling part of the entire story. Even after becoming a global internet phenomenon and getting a real-world police response, nobody has ever been identified. No one's been caught. The Serbian Dancing Lady is still a complete and total mystery.
And so, the advice, whether it's coming from the police or from the online legend itself, is basically unanimous. If you see her, you treat it like a real threat. Don't go closer. Don't try to be a hero and investigate. Just get away.
So in the end, the Serbian Dancing Lady lives in that strange, shadowy space between a terrifying reality and a digital ghost story. And it leaves all of us wondering, in an age where literally everything is recorded, how can something so viral stay so completely unknown? And what exactly is really out there, dancing in the dark?